friends, we're heading into game 4 in this best of 5 matchup between both players. If Capoch takes this win, he will be taking the win. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is Frisian Marshes. I forgot there's a lot of sheep on this map. Anyways, on the western side, we've got Snoopa spawning as China. On the northern side, we have Capoch spawning as the Abbasid. But yeah, like I was saying, lots of TCs probably on this map. Players have a lot of space to spread out. Within the marshes, there's going to be a lot of fish available, a lot of sheep available for both players. Looks like Capoch does have one. Okay, so one scout for both players. But a lot of these sheep are just roaming around in the front of his base. Also surprised as China, as Abbasid, he didn't go straight for the berry patch. Snoopa bringing home 19 sheep. 19 sheep. Oh my gosh. Yeah, really focusing in on the sheep, which is fine because then you don't lose the walking distance. So I understand that choice. And then you also don't spend the wood on it, so could be. Sheep did get picked up by Capoch, but he does not have just yet the 19 sheep that Snoopa did, or 20 or so. Snoopa is heading on to gold right now. I think both players are trying to scope out some of the forward gold. So that's the thing too about Frisian Marshes. If you lose access to the 2 golds that you have to walk like really far across the map or to an open position where you can get more gold. Also, hi chicken tender. Capoch is aging up into the second age right now, probably with economic wing. Very also, yes, expected. Snoopa probably not going to be going up for the next few minutes right now. Thank you for the hydrates as well. More sheep getting picked up by Capoch. I don't know where Snoopa's scout is right now. Oh, his scout is down on the other side of the map. So, like I was saying before, yeah, have to be careful. Otherwise, the 2 large gold veins are at the center of the map, and then the other ones are kind of spread out farther away. This is a really good mirror for both players, though. Good positioning, and it looks like Snoopa is starting to age up with the Imperial Academy. I'm not sure if he's getting it ready for a second TC just yet. Players do wait. It looks like Capoch is going on to berries right now, queuing up wheelbarrow and heading over to the wood line. I like this positioning for him too. Both players have a safer wood line. Actually, yeah, both players do have a safer wood line. And I think Capoch is going to be able to age up just a little bit faster than Snoopa. But like I said, with some of these civs, it doesn't matter too much if it's not like a military landmark. Like where it really matters is when it's a military landmark where you're going to start queuing up units. And Snoopa goes up to feudal as well. So both players are in feudal. Both have started to queue up wheelbarrow. And we got fresh foodstuffs on the way. A lot of villagers sent out for Capoch. And no one on stone yet for Snoopa. Snoopa seems to be placing down a stable first. So probably planning to do a little bit more harassment on Capoch's side. This is relatively open, and he'll be able to gather up enough stone, 300 stone for a TC quickly, but I don't know if it's going to be in time for Snoopa is probably going to send out that, oh, he is monitoring it. Yeah, he's going to send out a couple cav to do a little bit more harassment. Scout does spot out that open stone. Villagers getting pulled back and placed out a barracks immediately. They're like, I'm not going to build a tower. I'm going to build a barracks. And I also really like this move because once you place down that barracks, that's and a couple of those spears get queued up, they're going to deny any of the action from some of those horsemen that Snoopa is going to be sending over. So Snoopa sending over the first cav. We'll get the first bit of action here. And he pulls it out just in time before the Spearman makes it. Spearman doing a little bit of playing of tag right now. Has to be careful to stay out under the fire of the TC. Is trying to push off some of those villagers from the berries. Not really truly successful per se, just because he's lost quite a bit of health. Oh, forward Barbican also trying to get down from Snoopa. Snoopa is going to be taking out he can use 6 bills to take out a spear. That's and the build speed from China, like look at that. Look at that. Like the amount of time it takes for them to run over there, pull out their knives. Oh, if he stayed on it, he doesn't want to lose any vills though right now. Cancels it and starts to head back towards the base. Doesn't have anyone on stone yet, so probably not going to go up for a second TC, but is trying to get that Barbican place down. Decides to place the Barbican closer to his base. Notices the spears and is going to be a little bit more of a defensive landmark than offensive. Was not successful in that. I wonder where these... Okay, so Snoopa is heading towards stone right now. It's going to be moving towards going up with a second TC. He did lose quite a bit of time for going forward with that Barbican, canceling it, running back. And that has given time to Capoch to place down his second TC. In a little bit more forward position, surrounded by deer. And Snoopa is just starting to gather stone right now for his second TC. Is placing down a village though, will increase his population just a bit, but it's pretty quiet in terms of military numbers out on the map. Snoopa isn't queuing up more horsemen. He was trying to be a little bit more aggressive. Spearmen are out on the map for Capoch. So he can choose to be a little bit aggressive, do a little bit of raiding, but it's going to be hard, especially when it's protected. The front of his base, of Snoopa's base, is protected by this Barbican. Scout is going to spot that out. Yeah, both these, like, I think both of these civs can turtle really well. And here goes the second TC from Snoopa. So we got 2 TC, Song Dynasty right now. Not sure if he's going to be placing down any of those military buildings that are a little bit, or other military production buildings besides that stable. A little bit more scouting from Capoch as well. Yeah, these civs are just able to turtle. So they're kind of staying out into safer zones. And it looks like Capoch is going with a third TC out on the water. He'll have access to those fishing ships, or fishing ponds, and going down with the stable as well. So we should see a little bit more military out on the map for Capoch. This will allow him to do some more harassment with some of those faster units such as Cav. And it looks like he pulled all of his villagers off stone completely right now. Yeah, so we've got 2 TCs versus 3. But we've got a double barracks getting placed down for Snoopa. So he'll be queuing up a little bit. Oh, actually not double barracks. Archery range and a barracks. So we should see the Tukanu out a little bit. And it looks like one of those outposts is also getting placed down by Capoch. This will give him pretty good vision too. They spot out that, they can't get him. It looks like they spotted out the scout, but they couldn't actually just quite get him yet. Man, the gathering rate too for fishing right now. Capoch is in the lead in terms of it seemed actually no, not really. I thought his gathering rate was a little bit higher, and his units, his villagers counts, both of them are pretty similar. They're actually exactly the same right now. But we do have 3 more military buildings being placed down by Capoch, so he's getting ready for military production right now. Chuganu are out on the map, and we've got a forward tower getting placed down as well, and spears. No blacksmith yet from Snoopa, and I haven't seen a blacksmith like earlier for some of these players so far. And it looks like those spears are going straight for the tower, trying to siege it down, but these guys are just, their firing rate is just too hard for them to handle, so they're gonna get pulled back. Capoch is pulling them back into the stealth forest. Another tower is getting placed down too, creating a little bit more vision for him. His base has started to grow though, a lot larger than Snoopa. Snoopa doesn't seem to be going up for a third TC so far. No third TC. So we'll see that villager lead start to climb. Actually, Capoch is lower on the villagers than Snoopa right now, so one of his TCs must have just like not been producing for a little bit. And there are cav from those double stables that he placed down earlier, swing around the backside to do a little bit more of the raiding on that gold vein. Those guys are completely exposed, and they get noticed. They do have wheelbarrows, so they're going to be running into the safety of the TC. Spears are getting queued up to be sent over there to do a little bit more defending, and neither of these players can get a really good raid. Yeah, none of them can get a really good raid right now, so it's kind of like a little bit of push back and forth, but Capoch does have the lead just a little bit, and with military units sitting at 22, whereas Snoopa is sitting at 19. There was an attempt to place down a tower, completely denied by that spear. And military is making their way over around the north side of Snoopa's base. And Snoopa spots that out, sending the military over there, is starting to pull back the villagers. Shoot that Bill, shoot that Bill. And takes out the Vil that was trying to do a little bit of tower rush. And like I said, neither player can get really good raid out on each other. More military units being queued up by Capoch. If you just look at the military production that he has compared to Snoopa right now, Snoopa has kind of slowed down the production. It's just making Chukanu, I guess it's flipped. It was a little bit higher right now, but we do have a lot of camel archers, more than I expected. So a really strong feudal push from Capoch. Capoch is also saving up resources right now. Looks like he can get up to the castle age pretty soon. He's keeping the pressure on, and I see a ram out from Snoopa. Man, both players are like hiding back and forth. They don't want to get too involved in this. If he's not careful, he could lose a lot of units. So a little bit of microwing back and forth from both players. Ram is denied, and placement does come through for this outpost. So it is getting pretty good fires off on some of these units. Capoch does ultimately start pulling back. Is going to end up losing that tower. Tower goes down immediately. And it looks like Capoch has started aging up to castle age. Snoopa is not ready to go up to castle age just yet. Is still in the lead in terms of villagers right now. Has a military of 44. Capoch is sitting at a military of 77 or of 30. Both of them are really rising in terms of population numbers. But Capoch has a lot more military production buildings. It's starting to send out regular archers as well. It's pretty much caught up. It's pretty much catching up right now, sitting at a military of 36. And he's got several more archers queued up. You see this little number up here. He's got 4 more archers on the way, and we'll be getting castle age. I'm not sure. He does have a blacksmith, so he does have those upgrades, and there's also a blacksmith. Oh yeah, obviously, if he had the siege engineering. So both players do have a blacksmith. A little bit of harassment over here from a scout from Capoch's side, but Snoopa is like, nah, fam. Sends out a spear. That's all we need. Sends out a spear. It looks like we got a 3 rams sitting at the doorstep of Capoch's base. And they're starting to head in. It looks like they're going, I don't know if they're going to the TC first or if they're going to go to the military production building. But we'll see. Snoopa's also trying to build up a couple of towers that'll give him vision, and that second TC is really vulnerable right now. It looks like Capoch is trying to build a tower to do a little bit more defending, and look at all those vills with their flames. Pops straight into the TC, pulls them back, chooses to go for the house instead, and New Age has begun for Capoch up into Castle Age. So Snoopa has to be careful, has to start pushing right now. Starts to build a ram right underneath the TC fire, which I am so guilty of, but also that's awful. Second TC does go down, heading towards that stable right now. Capoch is pulling back his military right now. And we've got quite a bit queued up from Snoopa. This is the time to push, as Capoch did just age up, but look at the eco on Capoch right now. We're sitting at 1,000 food, military of 52. Snoopa's just 10 ahead with military of 65 right now. He is, though, purely attacking all these military production buildings, which is going to take, it's harder for Capoch to rebuild because look at how low he is on wood right now. Juganu are getting a couple fires off right now. They gotta focus down those spears. Be careful, and also be careful of the archers at the back line. There's such a big archer mass from Capoch right now. He's got 27 archers. Those guys could melt the spear mass of Snoopa. So I think Snoopa right now is heading up to age 3. He's probably going to the astronomical clock tower. Yes, he is. And not focused too much on making more military besides spears. So it looks like he's going more for the spears right now. Did manage to save all 3 rams. Villagers heading over to this area trying to repair this ram. No, I thought he was going to repair this ram. He doesn't repair the ram. He's actually trying to build another tower. Snoopa has reached Castle Age right now. Is trying to pull back his military back and forth, but it's still underneath the fire of the archers. Archers do take out that one villager that was trying to build up. Oh no. Was trying to build that up. Wow, I like how they're like using this as a barricade. Kinda. Not really. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. Snoopa's starting to get pushed back into his base right now. I do hear sounds going off from Capoch's side, a little bit of counter raiding from Snoopa. So even though Snoopa's getting pushed back into his main base, he is doing a little bit of counter raiding, sends out some of those horsemen to damage some of the proxy base of Capoch. Let's see, what is queued up? We've got a nest of bees queued up from Snoopa. Snoopa's also queuing up, that's it right now. Just queuing up a nest of bees, keeping his military safe underneath the TC fire. Oh, and all those horsemen go straight for that tower. There is only 1 gold left on that, so those villagers can get pulled back into the safety towards their TC and move out towards a different area of the map, probably underneath this Barbican. Ooh, and a couple of those shots do get sent off by that nest of bees. Oh man, look at all that damage. And Capoch is going to be forced to pull back a little bit farther. More villagers are getting queued up. Snoopa does have quite a big economy right now. 2 nested bees are out, getting a really strong, oh gosh, really strong hits on those units right now. Snoopa's doing a really good job of baiting them in, trying to keep them from like going too far forward or too far back. Thank you for the hydrates as well. Capoch regrouping in the stealth forest. I do hear a counter raid coming out from Capoch. He's got lancers out, lancers and horsemen. I think Snoopa was prepared for that though. He did have some spears waiting. So good for Snoopa. Ooh, huge military mass is actually heading out to this area. Oh my gosh, there's like no protection from Snoopa. Snoopa is trying to come over here to protect his vills. I don't know if Capoch knows how many vills are over here, but there are a lot. And Snoopa knows if that cav like makes it over there, there's not gonna be enough space. There's not gonna be enough space for them in that like these two towers. More counter raiding from Snoopa. We've got 5 men-at-arms into the base of Capoch right now. Ooh, and they have spotted them out. Outposts are have emplacements in them, but look at those villagers. They're just totally exposed. I don't know if he notices completely. Palace guard just like running across the map. Oh, and they're swinging around the other side. Snoopa has to be careful. He has so many vills right here. He's got 28 villagers just here exposed. Oh my gosh, does Capoch not see that? He doesn't see it. He doesn't see it. He does spot out these other villagers and is going for the kill on this side. That's the beauty of China right now, guys. Look at that economy from both players. Both players actually have really solid economy in general. Snoopa's sitting at a military of 60. Same with Capoch, about even military numbers right now. It's just like both players are all over the map. Mangonel also getting placed out for Capoch. I'm not sure what he's gonna do with that right now, but most of the military for Snoopa is, I don't know if it's like mostly spread out. Yeah, this is a lot of it. 26 of those spears. So I don't know where he's gonna send them in terms of focusing on a point of battle. Spots out this horseman right here. That horseman's gonna spot out those Nasabis. Has to be careful to protect the Nasabis. And Capoch turns around once again. Snoopa is going for a push. Looks like he's not gathering. Oh, I was like, where's the keep? Keep is getting placed down for Snoopa right now. It looks like, I think Capoch was trying to do that too. Because he had vills up there. Maybe he was trying to build a keep too. Several of those Springalds getting pretty strong hits off on those units. That keep does not get put up completely, especially since there was a Mangonel right there. Snoopa is pushing in with his military units, and a counter keep is getting placed down for Capoch. Nasabis going off. I hear the sounds. He's pulling it just a little bit further, trying to deny this keep. Does a really good job. Villagers are retreating right now. And Snoopa is sending out a unit to build out this keep once more. Pushes back the entire military of Capoch. More military units coming from the south side of the map are cleaning up a couple of those nests of bees right now. Both nests of bees, one of the nests of bees and a Springald got cleaned up. And he's trying to deny this keep from also getting placed down completely. Does a really good job. Capoch has decided to pull back, build a keep more into a conservative area that does a little bit more protecting of the stone mine that he has. Or I guess it's a stone outcropping. Stone outcropping. Keep does get up for Snoopa. He is pushing forward, trying to take out this outpost. Let's see, he's got no more Nest of Bees queued up. Sitting at a military of 61, Capoch at 52, 132 vills for Capoch, 118 for Snoopa. A little bit of counter raiding happening right now. We do have more military units getting queued up for both players. They're kind of meeting here on the front lines. 2 more towers getting placed down for Snoopa. Snoopa's trying to expand his vision just a little bit better. He has to be careful. Snoopa has to be careful not to let Capoch's army get too big. That's where the scary stuff happens. So we also have a trebuchet out on the map for Capoch, and that's going to be a difficult position for Snoopa. Has to be able to protect this keep. Doesn't have a lot of stone income. Actually has no stone income right now. So if he wants to repair it, he can't. Ooh, Nessa Bees, you're so risky. Nessa Bees is like, I'm going to wait till the very last minute. Dies, completely dies. Some of the spears getting pulled back, trying to prevent some of these raids from happening, especially if these Imperial officials are just like roaming around. All right, manages to scare off some of the cav units. Those cav units are just about to go ham. I don't know why they just went for that. I thought he was gonna sending them to the farm, so all those villagers are rather exposed. Actually decides to just run through. More counter raids happening in from Snoopa. Capoch is going up to H4. Look at but I don't think Snoopa will be far behind. Snoopa won't be far behind. Look at his economy right now. It's just very, very high. He's got a military of 75. So he can produce more. He's actually at population capacity. He's going to be heading up into Imperial Age pretty much any second now. He needs that advantage. Sending in more military units, streaming across the map, trying to get this tower position. Will gain vision right now. Trebuchet has spotted that out and is trying to take out that main keep that Snoopa created, but I don't know if it'll be successful just by itself in case that Snoopa starts repairing it. Stream of units from Snoopa's end are coming into the base of Capoch. Capoch is trying to pull back some of his units to a good range where they can fire off on those spears. Lots of spears for Snoopa. Lots of spears for Snoopa, and I think if Capoch is continuing to queue archers, the archer match gets too big, it's gonna be hard for those spears to do anything. Second keep is also getting placed down by Capoch. I hear a little bit more raiding in the base of Snoopa. Spears and palace guards being sent over there to defend. A lot of back and forth from both players. Two defensive keeps coming out for Capoch. This is great. It's going to force Snoopa to go for trebuchets. Snoopa, it heard probably that Imperial Age go off, so I think he's going to start saving up to go Imperial himself. Keep is completely repaired. And he's going to start rallying his army again. Snoopa is down to a military of 40. Capoch is sitting at a military of 69 right now. So Snoopa did lose a lot of his units like running around, and I think that's a risk you run raiding with spears, just because they're so weak to archer fire. Looks like Capoch is looking out for trade. Possible trade. And I think this is getting prepared for... Oh, he didn't notice. He didn't notice. He could have died. All those villagers would have died. Snoopa going up to age 4 at the Great Wall Gatehouse right now. We're trying to protect this gold vein. That's hilarious. That would have been such a good kill for Capoch, but he wasn't able to see it. It was out of his vision. Fog of War, man. Several of those crossbows are doing a lot of damage to these palace guards. Springald also making his way across the map. Gets spotted out by the outpost. Yeah, that outpost is also going down, and that keep is gonna get taken out if he's not careful. There's double trebuchets. Snoopa doing more raiding on the eastern front of Capoch's base. Takes out a couple villagers. Villager count, though, relatively even, 130 to 135. There's not a significant difference in that, but Capoch is at a military of 65, is at population capacity, does have the Imperial upgrades, at least for his camels. So I'm assuming he has all the other upgrades are coming through for some of his other military units. You can see one queued up on the right side of the screen. Thank you for the hydrates, guys. Ooh. Tower tower did spot out some of these units from Capoch. I wonder if they're going to be allowed to mine in peace. Insufficient stone! Doesn't have any stone, doesn't have any income per minute. But just in time, takes out the keep of Snoopa. But that's, if he has insufficient stone, he's not going to be able to repair that right now. Unable to repair that. That one trebuchet is earning its rent. More rating, not more rating, but more damage out on this side of the map. I'm not sure if Capoch knows that he's losing a lot of his villagers over here in this area. But oh, he doesn't care because he's bringing like 4 different military units and wiping out some of the villagers from Snoopa. Snoopa has done a really good job of holding the line over here. There's still several really weak archers just waiting for trade to happen, it looks like. I think he's just like trying to prevent trade from happening. Military push coming in from Capoch. We're sitting in a military of 66. Did lose a little bit of units. Take that out. Okay, there, he's got it. He took out the mangonel and is now marching forward. Sees all those vills. Go for the vills. Go for the vills. Doesn't go for the vills. Is just straight on, chasing underneath that keep fire, going for the spring walls. Oh my gosh. Not good. Is going to lose all those palace guards. He's got, Snoopa needs like, I don't know. He needs to take out these trebs and then take out these keeps because, man, he just lost his entire group of palace guards doing that. And he didn't even take out the second springald. We have no other siege units queued up for Snoopa. Snoopa is a little bit holding, I don't know if he's like, doesn't have a lot of units queued, which is interesting. It looks like he's more focused on building this wall than queuing up military units. But we do have palace guards out on the way, mostly palace guards. Oh, and we're up to 4 trebuchets from Capoch. Capoch sitting at a military of 64. Snoopa has returned down to a military of 43. He's doing a really good job of keeping up the rating, but really he has to kill like so many vills to make a huge difference on Capoch. Capoch is sitting at 130 vills. Yeah. So that's really difficult if he's sitting on 140 vills. A little bit of elite, are these elite? Yeah, elite horsemen making their way into the base of Snoopa. Turns around. He's heading for that siege. Will he be able to take out the siege? He does take out one of the springalds, but loses all of the elite horsemen to those nets of bees. Really good swing around from Snoopa. Trying to block that out, even using the villagers as a screen. And it's full send for some of the units from Snoopa. Will they be able to take out that one treb? Yes, they're able to take out one treb. 3 more trebuchets do survive though. And more military units coming in for Capoch. Capoch is also dealing with another keep drop from Snoopa. Wow, there's a lot of pinging going on. Snoopa did lose out on the stone on the south side of the map, but that's okay. It looks like he is more preoccupied with what's going on in the forward area of Capoch's base. He is trying to do a lot more raiding with his palace guards, so managing those raids that are happening. And Capoch, on the other hand, is sending in another group of military units for raids, and all of those military guys are just running past them. Oh my god, that's hilarious. More military protection buildings coming in for Snoopa as well. Trying to ramp up that military protection since he's down to a military of 27, half the military size of Capoch. I'm not sure if he knows that quite yet. He's really just spread out on the map too, so it's not scary. It doesn't look like there's a huge mass, but he does have quite a bit replenishments coming in. Yeah, he was just underneath that keep fire. Those keeps are just so hard to contend with when your units are not super tanky. Wall does finally get placed up for Snoopa, so he's got a stone wall protection. Has his Imperial Palace out on the map as well. He has a lot more landmarks, obviously, than Capoch. So Capoch is going to have to run around quite a bit of times just to take out some of those. I don't know, take out some of those landmarks. But also, like, Snoopa has secured one of the sacred sites. Not sure if he's going to be going for the other sacred site, but it looks like Capoch has kind of secured it with military units. Hasn't sent out a monk just yet, or a mom. Snoopa has set up towers literally everywhere in the base of Capoch. Can see pretty much everything. Sending in another group of military, sitting in a military of 43, 45 versus 50. It's just that both these players, their militaries are really spread out. These keeps are doing a really good job of keeping Snoopa back. No boiling oil either. That's why they were allowed to run past through there. A couple of those trebuchets are gonna get taken out. Both trebuchets get taken out. There is a third one trying to return here to a safe area. Not sure if that's the right way to go, buddy. Get spotted out by those guys. And look at all this cute. I wonder if he's supervising it? No, he's not supervising it, but he's got some military units sleeping. So you can see a stream of yellow units coming in for Snoopa. Snoopa, though, is at a military of 56. Capoch is at a military of 37. And another good tower is getting placed down by Snoopa. I don't know if it's going to get up, though. There's quite a bit of horsemen on it. Snoopa keeping up such good pressure right now. If you see, like, he's started to build a proxy base on the other side of Capoch's base. So proxy base, awesome position, and we get the tap out from Capoch. He has been surrounded by Snoopa. Snoopa doing a really good job of just kind of choking out him in the corner. GG Snoopa. This has stretched out to 5 games, best of 5.